All right, we are live. Welcome everybody to another At Home Live. I'm Eric with the Portland Sessions, and as you can see right over here, we have ToBy. Man, thanks for taking time to be here. And first, I guess let's introduce who's kicking it on your lap today.
This is Toro. He is the Space Salon mascot. As you can see, he is a dog, and he's sitting on my lap. I think he's upset. I'm gonna put him down.
I know you've been holding him through that entire little intro of music, and I'm sure he was like, dude, what's up? Why am I being held for this little dance party? Well, I guess we'll start there before we get into anything else of where you're at right now. You're at Space the Salon.
Yes, Space the Salon in Venice, California.
Which looks like a pretty rad spot.
Oh my god, it's so awesome. Look at all this manga on the wall. This is like made for me. This is crazy.
That's awesome. So now I love that, you know, you're doing this little kind of live stream tour thing, which not only you kind of, you know, over the course of the next week or so have a lot of live streams planned, but it looks like so far you're kind of picking different locations. So kind of talk through that side of like doing these live streams, not just sitting on your couch and doing them there, but picking these new and unique locations to film these.
Absolutely. Well, I wanted to keep it like interesting and different and exciting for me. So I started just hitting up as many people as I could, like, hey, do you have a location? Hey, do you have a location? I do this here, etc., etc., etc. Also, my room is messy, and I don't want the world to see how messy my room is. So I'd rather drive, you know, bear the brunt of the 405 to go to a cool location and shoot it here.
Well, it's a pretty rad location. So far, internet is good, so that when you're going to like some other locations, you want to make sure the internet is rock solid for these.
Oh,
but
brother,
yeah,
I
so
bought
far,
a 50-foot Ethernet cable. I am not taking any chances.
There you go. See, like we were talking beforehand, like gear is an important aspect of these live streaming things that I think none of us obviously thought of 6 months ago for the most part, unless we were Twitch live streamers.
We're gonna head out, so just call me.
Sorry.
No worries. See you later. If you're heading out, take it easy.
That was Linda. She offered the space up to me. I have to give a huge shout out to Linda. Huge shout out to Space the Salon for letting me be here. And yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you, Linda. Again, Space the Salon. So if you're down there in Venice, hit it up. Like I looked through their Instagram, they do some pretty rad stuff with their hair. So I mean, when I get down there, we might need to like fix this up a little bit and do something different. But we're not here for all hairstyles and everything like that. We're here to talk about The Outside, which is out now on all your favorite streaming things, Spotify, everything. You can download it. You can get it right now. So what has it been like putting out a record, again, during these very new and unique times? Pretty much all my questions end with during these very new and unique times.
Okay, in the context of Corona, no, I mean, it needed to come out. The record is so, like, important to me, personally. I felt like it would have been a disservice for it to come out any later than it would. The things were rolling better than they've ever been concerning the Outside, and I had no reservations about it. I felt like it was music people needed and music that me personally needed to know was, you know, out in the world and existing.
And I think a lot of people seem to be kind of scared and worried about maybe attention spans or putting stuff out during these times, but I think we all are craving something non-coronavirus, COVID related. You know, we talked about that there might be some shows coming out of this that are based around these times, which is not what we want. We want just rad music to kind of like zone out for a little while and just experience something, hear some great storytelling, and not be reminded of the day in and day out of being stuck in our house for the last 5 months.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
Now you wrote... Go ahead. No, go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, what's funny is I had the project named and ready to go, like all the concepts, long before COVID. So like it's called The Outside, and the irony is that it came out during a time where we shouldn't be going outside.
Yeah. Well, and with that, you wrote that you were scared but excited to put these out, to put the songs out, and so. I mean, what was that process like? Do you feel like this is your most personal record and collection of songs that you've done to date?
So far, yeah. I mean, a lot of my early music and moving forward, a lot of just my music in general is, yes, a lot of storytelling, a lot of character narrative, a lot of like, you know, analysis of the world and the world around me personally. but this is like the first project with a track, Wishes, at the end, where I'm just speaking so like openly and frankly about, you know, people in my life and things that I've gone through, and that was scary. I've never really put myself, you know, that vulnerably on paper like that. So
do you feel that that's, now that you've kind of done that, put it out, kind of see the response of people with those personal stories will kind of change kind of how you write kind of moving forward? Have you been writing new music that has been more in that kind of personal, intimate side of things, or?
Yeah, I think I tapped into something really special specifically with that track, because I always felt like my best music came from when I was speaking the most personally, even if I was, you know, not like making the dive and like saying my name or anything. No, my best music always comes from when I'm personally attached to what I'm writing. So that was definitely like the first like lighthouse beacon to where my sound is gonna go. The beats are gonna change, the music's gonna be all over the place. I always tell people like eclectic when you're listening to ToBy, but you can always be sure there's gonna be a bit of me in there.
Well, speaking of that, you mentioned kind of like the genre blending side of things where you want it to kind of always be different. Is that purposeful, or do you just kind of want each record or each set of songs to be a little bit different? Or is it purposeful that you want to like really like dive into that, you know, genre blending side of things?
Oh, it's 100% personal. I mean, personal. Purposeful. It is 100% purposeful. Because I've been getting like, I have... No, it's true. The Outside EP is 15 minutes because my attention span is garbage. I get so like bored. Even when it's really good music, I need to switch things up, and I listen to like in my personal life, I listen to a bunch of different styles of music. Like I'm very all over the place.
Nice, and that's, I mean, it's nice because then it gives you a little bit more freedom when you're writing, when you're producing beats, all those things, to just not be pigeonholed into like, oh, this is my sound and this is what I need to do, and you need to write around. Obviously, you can write around any kind of music and any kind of thing. So like hearing, you know, one of the last live streams you did, like playing guitar and then rapping over stuff, like it was just nice to like see that diversity in the musical side of things a lot.
I just wanted to be as multifaceted as possible. Like when you like I just said, like when you get to me as a person, either like me as ToBy or me as, you know, doing all of the other things I do, like I don't want you to expect one thing. Like I don't want to just sell one thing. I want to be all across the board.
Yeah, and you mentioned doing the other things, and we talked a little bit about this before we went live. But you are an actor. You were like writing some sketch stuff. You did some stand up prior to us all being kind of locked down. I'm gonna take a little sip of water here.
Pour one out for the homies.
But you know, is that part of that, wanting to do a little bit of everything and like wanting to kind of dip your feet into everything, or when you kind of get maybe need a break from something, you have these other, you know, outlets and avenues that you can pursue?
Well, it's a bit of both, and it's also kind of coincidental. Like I ended up going to college for theater performance, so like I have a degree in acting. And when I moved to LA, I was like, it would be dumb if I didn't use this degree in acting I got. And then stand-up came a little later. That was just like, my friends have always told me to just try it because in hanging out with them, I can't be serious, like to a fault. I've made a lot of people mad because of it. So they just told me to go for it, see what happens. And I actually just got lucky. I did an open mic and I kept getting asked to come back and booked. So these things kind of like fell into place out of coincidence, right time, right timing. You know, me just wanting to try something new and different. And the story built from there. Like I didn't really like wake up and be like, oh, I'm gonna do all the things.
I'm doing stand up today.
I'm gonna do all the things. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for those that want to make sure you're following along with everything that you are doing, and again, most of it's going to be outside of when we're allowed to get out to clubs and stuff. But it's ToBy season on all your platforms, and the live stream you did the other night, your ITSTOBY season. I love that. So make sure you're either following along on all the different social platforms to make sure you know what ToBy is doing next. And with that, man, I'm going to slide out of the way and give it over to ToBy.
Oh, cool. Let's play some music. Check, 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 check. Cool. All right. Haha. Yes. Once again, huge shout out to the Portland Sessions for having me on. Huge shout out to Space the Salon. I'm ToBy. Oh, shout out to Magnetic Moon Records. Y'all are killing it. Shout out to Nati, because you keep saving my life. I appreciate you so much. And let's go. Check it. This song is called Osiris. Yeah. I don't gotta say what I do, what I be on. I don't wanna game for a couple of them beyonds. Money on my mind, put the money on my casket. Throw the bouquet, put the flowers in a basket. I don't wanna die, but I know I gotta ride out. When it's cold, I'ma go, gotta fly south. Remember, I'ma float, think I might drown. Wings, and I hope I never land. You my brother, man, why you gotta hide your other hand like? Open your iris, you're super childish. Osiris, you know you lost the challenge. You lost the challenge. You 6 feet down and backstabbing niggas in the middle of the night. Here's a riddle, if I kill him, is it right? Niggas stop, you too hot topic, too gothic, you pop. Might just drop it, no cap, no copping, ain't got no options. Got you gonna be hopping, deaf to the gossip, I'm counting the profits. Osiris, you're so solid. Before you knew it, you had money on your eyes. You hold it down, cause the world is full of violence. Osiris, Osiris, open your eyes. You're super childish. You lost the challenge. You lost the challenge. Osiris, Osiris, Osiris. Osiris, Osiris, Osiris. So basically, I'ma take what I want and I play for keeps. Fuck patiently, I don't wait, I just take the seat. Take the A, I already said. All my niggas got no soul, they already dead. I ain't worried about my blood, I'm already red. No remix, I already said it. Casuals, everything around me. Cream of the county, in love with my family. Haunting the family. I don't got a front cause my dogs is around me. Keep them all around me. Mo in the crown, I'm the king now. They get night to the fam, the underground. Osiris, you're so solid. Before you knew it, you had money on your eyes. You hold it down, cause the world is full of violence. Osiris, Osiris. That one was called Osiris. Haha, yes, music is so fun, yes. It's hot in Los Angeles, so I'm just gonna sip some water right now. Stay hydrated, everybody. All right. Cool beans. There is construction going on outside, so if you hear like buzz saws and stuff, construction. Okay. This was fun. All the beats on this project were produced by OE Beats. She tripping off the head high, trying not to look while I eat it like a French fry, chilling out on bedside, nothing on my schedule. You ain't played the game long, you ain't on my level. I'm a ball long as I'm around, pump, pass, punchlines, I'm a good sport. I don't mean to press like it's full court, baby, I'm just trying to see your dress on the wood floor. I just got them done, thinking that I'm serious, but I'm just having fun. You might be delirious, you thinking I'm the one. I be thinking about your tongue, you be trying to have a song with me. 151 out the cup, sipping baby rolling blunts, switching sweets for the 150 album ain't done. Thugging like I'm 750, Bobby with a dub, what he do, that nigga spent 50. Hit the club through the back, and nigga spent 50. I don't mean to come off rude, but you are what you eat, and your boy munch stars for a living. What you know about the bars that I'm giving out? I'ma hop out first, we don't gotta think it over, we just hit it up later. I'ma track this, why you think a nigga writing up obsessing over paper? Ain't shit else to do, kick back, relax, let the good times play out. I let them play out. I let them. You know I'm nice with the words, flow tight, no mic, polite with the verbs, cooking up, got the apron on backwards, sauce just a prop, going at 'em like an actor, something you ain't factored, tools to the master, training in the pastures, doing double backflips. I'ma put an end into your chapter, why you gotta bring about disaster? I'm afterward, I'm overspent, can tell we've been over this, more than lit, poor show with no remorse, of course I'm sliding. Baby, why you think you not the horse I'm riding? Send a text, giddy up, now your boy's excited, living fast as lightning. Homie saying where you go, they see me riding now. I'ma hop out first, we don't gotta think it over, we hit it up, I'ma track this verse. Why you think a nigga writing? I'm obsessing over paper. Ain't shit else to do. Kick back, relax, let the good time. I let the good time. I let 'em. Cha-chuck, cha-chuck. The album was called Play Out. Available now. The Outside EP available now. Available everywhere. Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, Amazon Music, Deezer. If you use Deezer, Pandora, Beatport. I counted 7 twice. It's everywhere. Go get that. Oh, and the music video was shot in Shibuya, Tokyo. It's super dope. Shout out to Sean Bo for taking me to Shibuya, Tokyo to shoot that music video. I got one more, and then I'm gonna hop back, answer some more cues. This has been really, really fun. I want to thank Portland Sessions one more time, Space Salon, Magnetic Moon Records. I'm ToBy. You're who you are, whoever you are. I don't know your name, but thanks for watching. Yeah, anyways, this one's called Cascades.
Jack, I want you to draw me like one. Wearing only this.
It's just so interesting how all the text and random sex it makes me feel so empty. I just keep forgetting. Look at me existing on, I'm saying testing, is it food at home? Messy, can't leave you alone. Don't you have things to do? And this is her. I'm feeling comfortable. show. I don't wanna go. Crack a smile for another photo. Not in love with you, but I'm in front of you. And here's what we have. So we can't make it last. And you can go back. I stand silent on Saturdays. I play with you.
ToBy season, ToBy season, ToBy season. Music.
Yeah, that was fun. All right, I'm gonna come back. I gotta plug new headphones in. Thank you guys for having me.
Dude, that was rad. I know you can't hear me because everybody else can hear me twice. Yeah.
I don't want people to hear yourself twice.
That's all good.
You know
That makes the clapping sound like there's a lot of people around when you can hear that.
Oh, okay.
No, dude, that was awesome. Thank you so much for taking time to do that, man. That was rad. And again, so it's ToBy season right here. Make sure everybody is following along. And, you know, like I said, you've done a handful of these. You have a few more of your live stream kind of tour stuff kind of coming up. So everybody follow along on here when you're announcing those. But what has it been like kind of connecting with fans like this through these live streams?
It's been cool. Like I've never been like super into the whole internet thing. Like the whole your personality, you show the best parts of yourself, and that to people kind of like surface level. But for the most part, a lot of the fans that I've been getting and a lot of the people who have been like discovering my music have been really, really kind and like really, really like genuine. And like we talk about like real stuff and they tell me about like what my music's done for them, which is all I've ever wanted. I make music for other people to like relate to. I talk about myself because I believe in specificity through unity through specificity. Mm-hmm. Like the more specific you can get about something you're going through, the harder you'll resonate with someone else who may be going through something similar.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is obviously your story can help affect somebody else who's going through that, who at their moment of whatever is going on thinks that they're the only one that maybe is going through that, when that's never the case in almost any scenario. So
what I will say, because we were talking a little earlier about like, oh, that's too far. I wanted water. Anyway, we were talking a little.
I'll take a sip on your behalf.
Oh, thank you, man. That'll definitely hydrate me. That's how that works. We were talking a little bit earlier the differences between live streaming and stage performances. I think the one thing I actually kind of look forward to when I do these is that I don't have to like be cool, if that makes sense. Like I don't have to like, oh yeah, I'm coming out on stage. Everybody put your hands up, blah, blah, blah. Portland makes some noise. Like,
yeah.
I'll just get up, I'll say some jokes and be goofy.
Well, I think live streaming has helped everybody's maybe banter between songs because this is what live streaming is like. You know, you'll play a song, you know, you'll chat with the people that are in the chat for a little bit. And in a way, you get to connect with fans that you've never been able to connect with in that way. Because at a show, you're not going to stop and be like, hey, you in the third row, how's it going, man? And where in a live stream, you can totally do that. But at the same time, yeah, like you said, like when you get back on stage, it'll be nice to not necessarily interact in that same way, and you can like focus on the music, not focus on sound levels and sound check, and making sure everything, your mics are plugged in and your headphones are plugged in before. I mean, there's all those new variables that we're all dealing with during the kind of like the live stream version of shows.
I have the utmost respect for sound engineers, live sound engineers. You guys. You kept the show running, and as soon as we're back on our feet, you will be getting my utmost respect and admiration.
Yeah. Well, Brad, with that, man, again, The Outside is out now, which is really hard to say The Outside is out without it sounding coming across sounding cheesy.
The Outside is available. It's like...
I guess available is a better word than out. I'm sorry, I will take all this down and redo my typing. But it's available on all your favorite streaming platforms to download: Spotify, Apple Music, all the other ones that you already mentioned, half of which I had never heard of before. But if you are fans of those, you can stream it and download it and all that. Again, big shout out to a rad space, no pun intended, for Space the Salon, which that's a rad background. And then in all their Instagram, they have like literal space background that's pretty epic looking too. So
that's in the other room. I think when I come back here, I'll do it there. Just
now we can have like 2 spots in one. And of course, this was a really good Saw remix of those things with the construction happening. So that was that was nice. And again, everybody follow along.
Hostile version.
The hostile version, yeah. With It's ToBy season on all social media. If you're new here to the Portland sessions, please consider subscribing to us. We have a lot more sessions coming up, and make sure that everybody is subscribed and following along on all social to ToBy. And man, again, thanks for taking the time to do this.
Hey, thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.
And good luck on the rest of your live streaming tour. And it'll be nice to get back out on the road in front of live human beings and a live crowd and do a proper show. And with that, I'm going to awkwardly end our stream, and we're just going to disappear at some point during all this. So everybody, take it easy.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.